Well, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you're receiving this stream from. It's Tom from Came to Believe Recovery on my third impromptu stream of Recovery Live here as a pre-retreat announcement. We're only 2 days away from the January 6th virtual retreat. I'm going to post it in the comments, the link, if you are interested in joining us. This weekend, we're going to be running the retreat and teaching the steps, just as the founders did, over the weekend virtually. It's worked before. We did 15 of them over the pandemic, and we decided that right at the first of the year might be a great time to run one. Everybody's home, they're tired, they've done a lot of Christmas or holiday events, and doing it right from your armchair or your couch would be a wonderful thing. A great way to start the new year in freedom. If you're suffering in brokenness from some sort of addiction, and I mean anything, there is freedom, guys. There's peace, there's serenity. There's a way of life that is so satisfying, a design for living, really, that can be shown to you over this weekend. We can set you on a course that will rocket you into a fourth dimension of existence you never even dreamed of. I showed a video last night of one of our virtual retreat testimonies, and I have a second video to show you this afternoon. But first, I want to read something out of, excuse me, the big book. And this is the forward to the first edition. Should serve as really encouraging to those considering coming or very down on whether they could ever get over this thing that they've tried everything to kick on their own. It says this, it says, we of Alcoholics Anonymous are more than 100 men and women who have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. To show other alcoholics and addicts precisely how we have recovered is the main purpose of this book. Now, I added addicts, but I'm going to tell you why here in just a second. You'll see why. For them, we hope these pages will prove so convincing that no further authentication will be necessary, and we would hope that too after the weekend. We think this account of our experiences will help everyone to better understand the addict, alcoholic. Many do not comprehend that the alcoholic or addict is a very sick person. And besides, we are sure that our way of living has its advantages for all. So there's where I'm adding the addict and the family member and everything, is they knew that the program had advantages for all. And we embrace that and welcome anyone from any addiction and family members, anyone who wants to hear about a life change, a lifestyle way of living that has great benefits and multiple promises that most of us wish our lives were defined by. And then listen to this, that it says, because sometimes the anonymous thing is a little bit misunderstood. Because, I mean, on the stream today, I'm certainly not anonymous. Not breaking anyone else's anonymity that hasn't given permission. But it's important that we remain anonymous because we are too few at present to handle the overwhelming number of personal appeals which may result from this publication. So that's why the big reason why they were anonymous is they couldn't handle all the people coming. Not so much that they just didn't want anybody to know. They couldn't handle the people that came because they all had jobs and lives and things that they had to attend to. So anyway, just interesting to read. But to show others precisely how we've recovered is what we're going to do this weekend. We're going to show you precisely how we recovered. We're going to walk hand in hand with you. You don't have to do anything. What we're going to do is show you what we did and what they did. And if you follow those same instructions and pick up those set of tools that'll be laid at your feet, you too could find a life beyond your wildest imagination. So before I go, I want to show you this video. This is Darcy, and this is her testimony at at her first retreat, actually. Here's Darcy.
Hi, I'm Darcy, and I'm here to just share a little bit about my experience with Came to Believe. Personally, I have battled eating disorders since the age of 15, and for 30 years tried several different types of recovery and treatment. It wasn't until I found the 12 steps that I found what would be an answer to help me more than anything else ever had. And that was up until the weekend that I was invited to be a part of the Came to Believe retreat. And during that weekend, what I found is still to this day mind-blowing to me, because I found the answers that I had looked for 30 years. Came to Believe married my faith in God with the 12 steps. And when I put that together and I realized that that's what it's meant to be, I found the freedom I had desperately wanted for so long. It basically taught me that when God says I'm free and I truly take him on as a new manager of my life, then I'm free. And I don't have to keep picking it up and I don't have to go backwards. I can be free. And so I know that through this program, so many others can find freedom, and so many have. So if that is you and you're still struggling, please go to cametobelieve.org. You will find your answers there and you will find freedom.
Well, that was great. I had Darcy first got involved with Came to Believe virtually. And it wasn't for about a year and a half, I think maybe even 2 years, that I finally met her in Indiana. She came to an on-ground retreat in Indiana, and we finally met and spent the weekend together at the retreat. And she came for the purpose of learning more and getting herself better equipped to be able to share the message, which is what a lot of our returnees do when they come, is they just want to learn more about how this program and how they can teach it and go out and save lives themselves and help us with the newcomers that are at the retreat that weekend. And Darcy has been with us now for a couple of years, and we're hoping, if she's on here listening, or some of her cohort friends down there in the Kentucky area, and Bess, you couldn't tell she was a Southern girl, could you, from her voice, right? But we're going to bring a retreat down there to Kentucky, an on-ground one of these days, maybe in the spring, but certainly in 2023. Anyway, guys, 2 days to the virtual retreat. We'd love to see you there if you need it. If you need recovery, if nothing else has worked, give it a try. Go on to cametobelieverecovery.org. If you don't get our comments, go to events, go to retreats, and click on the virtual retreat and register today. There's plenty of space left. It's virtual, so it's not like we have bedrooms we have to give away or hotel rooms or space that we're worried about, or food. We can fit you in. So I'll be back later today for another pitch and another testimony I'll bring you this afternoon. Maybe I'll bring someone on live who is there, if I can find someone willing to do it. Anyway, have a great afternoon, evening, and morning, depending on where you're hearing from me. And peace.